Hey, what's going on, good people? We are back with this week's video, and to those that are new here, welcome. My name is Shamar, the managing partner at Allen Look Studios, and on this channel, we do a lot of photography information, talking to aspiring photographers. We talk about media production. Our team handles a lot of events. We cover a lot of events. We talk about those events. We give you behind the scenes footage, and I also talk about studio ownership and all the fun things that come with being a studio owner. So if you want to see some of that stuff, make sure you do what needs to be done. Stay a while, kick it with us. Listen, I wanted to come in today to talk about studio updates. It's been a minute since I've told you guys what we've been doing in the studio. I have given a few vlogs showing you behind the scenes, showing you some of the things that we've done, but just to sit down in the space and giving you all a different set. Y'all like this set? I put a little purple back there behind me, you know, see what that purple looks like on camera. But yeah, we use this set to record one of the Charlotte podcast episodes. So I was like, yo, we can come do this again. This is a kind of a different set for you guys to see me in. Anyway, so I wanted to come in and sit down and talk about some of the things that we have been doing here lately and what we got on the horizon going forward. So the last thing that you all are probably aware of is us shooting Ty's 50th birthday party. I did do a vlog capturing that, and that was mid-August, right? So I want the updates that I'm going to give now would be from August 15th through September. Today is what? September 27th. Listen, yes, September 27th. Those that are watching, I hope everyone, you and your loved ones, have been safe throughout this Hurricane Helene. Is it Helene? Helena? That we just experienced yesterday. There was power outages here. Our power went out this morning at like 6 in the morning. And it did not return until about 10:30. Then I know there were others in the Charlotte area that still didn't have power when I last checked at about 1 o'clock. So again, I hope everyone is safe. Everyone made it through that. And yeah, so let's get into it. So starting about August 15th, between August 15th and the end of August, we did 6 podcast episodes. Half of those were virtual podcasts where one person was here in the studio and their guest was in another location. So we had to film them virtually. The other half, both of the guests were here in the studio. One of them, she did a recording by herself, but they were here in the studio itself. Tay, that man worked me. He had me do about 5 Charlotte podcast studio episodes, and that's that batch recording, right? Batch content creation, where we take one day and we knock out multiple episodes for our content, because we can't, space our content out. We have to get ours out in one day because we have to free up the other days for our clients. So yeah, he worked me, but I ain't gonna hold you. He does all the heavy lifting. He does the scripting. He comes up with the topics. He's a producer. So I just show up. I show up, I make y'all laugh. If I can make y'all laugh twice, not once, twice. If I can make y'all laugh twice within that 30-minute episode, I came and I did my job. So if you haven't checked it out, make sure y'all check it out on that channel, which is charlottepodcast.studio. What else did we do in August? At the end of August, I didn't write no notes down, so I'm checking my phone here, looking at the calendar to remember the things that we did in August. Because when I say we be staying busy, one thing I do know is that we interviewed a potential intern that will serve as a production support, production assistant. That interview went pretty well, and we did hire him in September. So when I give you the September updates, I will mention that. I did a graduation shoot. So the graduate, she received her doctorate. She did her cap and gown and her hood. She came in here for that. We had a monthly meeting in August, the team meeting, because our team is prepping for 2 major events. So once a month, we all get together. We're recapping the things that we've done, and we're talking about new things that we're going to do. So we held the meeting, and then we did a Charlotte Podcast Studio meetup. That meetup was super dope because we created, well, of course, we provided food. My team loves to eat, man. So we had food in here, and then we opened the space up, and we had the mega desk. Y'all have seen the mega desk. We had that set up so that they could see all 3 cameras on the desk. They could see the equipment, the switcher, the mixer. They could see the monitors, and they could get a real life feel of how we produce their podcast or their general content, right? So it was 5 people that came. To me, that was a win because these are 5 people that have never been in our space, nor have they ever seen how we do what it is that we do. So that was pretty cool. And one of those 5 people I have scheduled to come in here in 2 days. I'll tell you all about that here shortly. But yeah, great experience at that meetup. And it was good meeting new people. Immediately after the meetup, I had a photo shoot, a family's portrait session. So I had the team, since the team was still here, and they did the, hosted the meetup. I was like, hey, I need y'all to help me turn this studio around so that I can make it into a photography session for this family portrait that we're getting ready to do. So they knocked that out. It was a family of husband, wife, 3 kids. Was it 3? 3 kids. 3 kids. So yeah, a family of 5, and their extended family came. So the grandparents of the husband came, and his sister and brother came. They just came to watch. But of course, at the end of their portrait session, I had the entire family get in there and get a picture together. So that was that. What happened after that? I already told you about all the podcasts, and then I did a couple of more shoots. So I did total, I don't know if I said it already, it looks like 5. And then we did, I did an interview. So that group that I told you guys about, the studio business group. So I am a part of a group with other studio business owners, and it's like a closed Facebook group. So it's our social place that just studio owners that we come in there, we talk, we make posts, we make updates, and things like that. So the founder of the group asked me to do an interview, wanted to talk about my experience thus far in studio ownership, my challenges, my wins, and things like that. And that was a pretty cool session. It was virtual, of course, because they're in Chicago and I'm here in Charlotte. So we had that, but that was a good experience. I typically interview people, but for someone to sit down and interview me, it was good it felt good being on the other side. Now, I was a little nervous. I ain't going to hold you, because I could sit in here all day and talk to this camera, and then I can edit and give you guys a video. But for me to be on the other end, someone's asking me questions and I talk, and after it's over, they're in charge of, the editing and all of that stuff. I'm like, whew, what I'm going to look like, what is it going to do? But I think it went pretty well. I haven't seen it yet because they have not posted it, but I do have, a couple of pictures. I think I got a couple of behind the scenes pictures when we did that recording. Right after that, met with the team, John and Tay, to talk about the vendor booth that we have at the Black Massage Therapist Conference that's coming up in October. So Tay will be doing the videography for that conference, but John and I will be hosting a vendor booth so that we can continue to get the word out on Charlotte Podcast Studio. So I wanted to get ideas from them. I wanted us to talk about how we would do that vendor booth, because this is our first time ever doing a vendor booth at a trade show or anything. So I wanted to make sure that it was special and it represented the brand. So we got a lot of details about that, and then we did a lot of work leading up to it in September, which probably get into here in a second too. Wrapping up August, the same group, the studio business owners, we did a meetup, a virtual meetup. It was about 60 of us that got on a Zoom call, and we just all chatted. Everybody talked about, the various things that was going on with them. People ask questions, and then sometimes, I ain't gonna hold you, it's just like a little vent session, like, whew, business is tough a little bit, or hey, guess what, things are going pretty well, they've picked up. Everybody's just sharing their experience, and it is always great to be in a room, even if it's a virtual room, with people that have shared experiences with you. You can talk about it and they can relate and they understand, and oftentimes they're able to give you words of encouragement and or advice that can help you on your journey. So pretty dope. We kicked off September, Labor Day, actual Labor Day, doing a podcast on that day. It was a virtual one person here, one person in Tampa. And then right after that, we did a content day, if you will. I'll call it content day. So the Links organization, they have a fundraiser that we shot later in September, but they wanted to do a video where they talked about and discussed what they did throughout the entire year. So we had about 5 ladies come in and they recorded their talking head videos. They were highly impressed at our studio space as well, but they also liked the production in and of itself. Never been in front of a camera. They were a little bit nervous, but we made them feel comfortable. And what they loved the most is our teleprompter. They didn't have to memorize their lines. We had a teleprompter that read it for them. Most of them did it in one take. And so we took their videos that they recorded, edited them. I don't like saying that word too fast because it messes me up every time. He edited them and created a welcome message to the guests of the fundraiser event. It was like, hey guys, this is what we did with your money last year. Here's all the amazing things that we did with your money last year. So now we need you to give us some more money so we can do it all over again. So that was a pretty fun experience. Tay had a client come in to do audio book recording. So she had already recorded the bulk of it, but she had to come in and do some final touches to the audio book. So him and her knocked that out. So strictly audio, no video was involved with it. Did a portrait session for someone. There's not too much details on that, so I don't remember what that was. But it was a portrait session. A headshot session for someone else. She was awarded 40 under 40 by her university. So she wanted to give them an updated headshot. So she came in, we knocked out her headshot, and I was proud of her. Like, yo, that's dope. You know, you've named 40 under 40. So that was pretty cool. Right after that, I met with the event planner for the conference that we're shooting in October, the Black Massage Therapist Conference. She wanted to give me more updates and keep in contact with us and let us know what's going on. You know, with the conference, since we were about a month out at that time, she was giving me the final details and everything about the conference. Right after that, we did something same day, but it was pretty cool. It was a watch party for the debate. So that morning, my client hit me up and was like, let me back up. I remember what that other thing is. Hopefully I remember that I'll tell the story. So my client hit me up this morning and was like, that morning, and said, hey, I hope you're available tonight. We are hosting a watch party at Penthouse. Penthouse is a dope venue here in Charlotte on Central Avenue, and it's Black owned. It's a beautiful establishment, but they hosted the event there, and it was a watch party for Kamala Harris and Donald Trump's presidential debate. And several people came, but I think it was probably about like 50 plus people that came. They had it on all these big screens. And then the Canadian news broadcasting service, I forgot the acronym for them, but they came out and interviewed several people. We did the behind the scenes footage for it. We covered all of that stuff. It was dope. And we watched the debate itself. Now, I ain't gonna hold you. I normally go to bed a little bit early because I wake up extremely early in the morning. But because we got booked for that event, I was able to watch the entire debate. And that was a unique experience because we've never had a female woman run for, well, I'm not going to say we never had a woman run for presidency, but this is the first woman to actually be involved with the presidential debate. So that was pretty dope. Yep, I remember. So going back to that other one, I was like, portrait session, I don't know what it was. I do know what it was. It was Jack and Jill of America organization. They have a teen executive board. What they did was they did a retreat for the executive board. All the teen girls met at this house at Lake Norman property, and they did headshots for them and a couple of lifestyle shots, where group shots and things like that. So we went out there and we captured their headshots. I can put a couple of them in here, the group shots in here and everything like that. Dope experience. And I think I'm going to do that lake house one day as well for my next Lux retreat. So I do a retreat with my team too. Last time was in May. We did that one at the Lake Wylie. So Lake Wylie is south, near South Carolina, and Lake Norman is north of Charlotte. So, yep. Then after that, we are now I did another portrait session. I need to put more details in. So that was yet another graduation, another doctorate that was getting hooded. I did her graduation as well, grad photos as well. And then right after that is the Links fundraising event. Elegant event. It was at the Great Wolf Lodge in their conference center. Their theme was A Night in Tuscany. Their colors were green, so all of the ladies that were part of the organization had on these beautiful green dresses. We took a lot of photos. We took a lot of video content. They had a silent auction with amazing things in the auction to auction off. And it was just a great time. A lot of successful Black and brown men and women in the building, and they were spending money for this organization. You hear me? The fundraising efforts were a success. So I'm proud of that organization for that. After that, the next day, so we got done that day at 9:00. The next day, John and I got in the car, rode down to Greenville because we had to do a birthday party down there. Greenville, hour 45 minutes away from here. We did that birthday party from 3:00 to 6:00, got back on the road and came back to Charlotte. And then for our conference that we are doing in November in Cancun, the conference is IQ, International Conference on Urban Education. So these are educators, and they focus on urban education, those at-risk students, Black and brown students, students of color, students at low-performing schools, and they are focused on getting those schools, improving those schools' performances, right? So they award, each time they have in a conference, they award a teacher the prestigious award of Teacher of the Year. So they have named the Teacher of the Year, and we were tasked with creating the acceptance video or the introductory and thank you video. So we met with the teacher that was named Teacher of the Year. She is in Florida. Is it Tallahassee? I'm going to say Tallahassee. I hope I'm right. I think it's Tallahassee. So we did a virtual session with her and walked her through her video. She was so nervous, but she did a great job. I will insert that video so that you all can see it as well. After that, man, Tay had me recording some more podcast videos, man. Tay be working me on them videos. But listen, I asked him to do it, and he's been holding me to it ever since. And then next up is my mom's retirement party. Guys, that last week's video, I showed you all that recap of it and everything, but I am still on a high from that party because I am just so happy that my mom enjoyed herself, and she was so happy, and I just love seeing her smile. She smiled all night, and I would do it all over again just to experience that. So that was super dope. The day after her party, we had to go with the Jack and Jill of America again. So the Queen City chapter of Jack and Jill of America, they wanted us to do headshots for their entire chapter. I put that in last week's video too, so you saw some of that B-roll about that. But great ladies, great time. Right after that, we immediately went to where we did the lake house. Where we did the luxury retreat at the Wylie Lake House. We immediately left the headshot session, drove down there to Lake Wylie because she had a birthday party that she was hosting for her dad, his 88th birthday. We did the video and the photos for that, and we wrapped it up that night. And now that leads us, we did another podcast like 2 days ago, and that leads us up to current day. Like I say, I'm recording this on the 27th. So tomorrow we are doing a virtual podcast session, one person here, one person in Tampa. So this is a repeat client, the ones that we had earlier that we talked about. And then on Sunday, I will be doing a spotlight episode. For those that have been here, y'all know what the spotlight is. I focus on small business owners of color. They come on my show. I interview them. I want to get to know everything. It's really a conversation. What do you do? Why do you do it? How did you get into this? And, what do you see for yourself within your business going forward? We're just highlighting their product and or service that they have. I have not done one in a while, so I'm excited to kick that back up again. When I say I ain't done it in a while, I'm talking about probably April, March. It's been a while. So I'm excited to kick that back up again. And while we're here, If you are a business owner and you want to be featured, or you know a business owner that you would think would be great for the spotlight, hit me up, send me an email, get in the DM, let me know, because I want to make sure that I keep the spotlight going. So the spotlight should wrap up everything that we have left in September, because there's only a couple of days left in September. Now looking forward into October, like I told you, the Black Massage Therapist Conference, we're doing that October 8th and October 9th. I keep getting confused because we're doing a vendor booth. We set the vendor booth up on October 7th, but the actual event itself is October 8th and October 9th. Like I said, Tay will be doing a video coverage of the conference itself, and John and I will be working the vendor booth, and I'm excited about that. Fast forward to, we have a couple of podcast episodes on the calendar for October as well. We have a couple of inquiries on the calendar for a birthday party, a conference. I don't want to say the organization's name because it's not secured yet, but it is a sorority, a part of the Divine Nine. So they have a conference that they are doing. So that's possible. That's tentative right now. So those are the bigger things that I could think of that's in October. But the secure things are definitely the Black Massage Therapist Conference, definitely those three podcast episodes that we have. And then in November, we going to Cancun, baby. We going to Cancun. I don't know where y'all live in the world, but it's a little cooler around where we stay in November. So I am going to be excited to go to Cancun for a week to enjoy perfect 75 to 77 degree weather. It's going to rain each day for maybe 15 minutes max. But other than that, sunny skies, blue skies. Yeah, I'm dragging a little bit. Don't be too jealous, y'all. Don't be too jealous. But listen, it's going to be a lot of work too, though. I ain't even going to hold you. It's going to be a lot of work, but we're going to have fun doing it. So I'm super excited about that. It'll be an 8-person team. I've gotten everybody their contracts. I've gotten everybody the run of show. Everybody is excited about it. I've ordered the shirts that we're wearing for that. Now, y'all know me because you see the Charlotte Podcast shirt. I got this record all the way across the chest. When I wear my Alan Lux shirt, I have Alan Lux all the way across the chest. But for this, since this is an international conference and we are there to cover it, I did not want our logo to be too big, so I just got it on the left portion of the chest. So I had to order 2 polo shirts for each person and 3 T-shirts for each person, because the events themselves during the day, we would wear our T-shirts. I didn't want too big of a logo. I don't want to draw away from what they have going on. Because, look, we already got our check. Our check is in the bag, so we don't have to overly advertise or anything, right? And plus, they're putting us in the they have a conference app, and then they have a vendors list. So we'll go on the vendors list as one of the premier vendors of their event that's capturing it and stuff. So like I said, 2 polo shirts for the evening. So we have a welcome dinner, it's a welcome reception, and then the next night is a keynote dinner, and then there will be a sponsors dinner, but the whole team doesn't go to the sponsors dinner. That's more private and just for the people who sponsored, the conference. So that's where we will wear at the evening events, the black polos and the black pants. But during the day, we will wear our T-shirts. And I did get a black T-shirt. I got a midnight navy T-shirt, and I got a heather gray T-shirt with our logo on it. Just simple, nothing on the back, nothing on the sleeves or anything, just a simple on the left side of the chest. And yeah, because I want them to be comfortable, because like I said, it's going to be beautiful 77 degree weather. Want them to be comfortable, and they're able to wear either shorts or pants with the T-shirts during the day. So definitely looking forward to that. It's going to be a great experience. All the services that we're offering there, of course, we're doing photography. Of course, we're doing video. But we are going to have a roaming photo booth. So the booth attendant will have her equipment and stuff, and she will roam around the event or the resort, and she just takes pictures of the participants. They enter their phone number into her system one time, and they will automatically, each and every single time that they get a picture snapped of them during the entire conference, they automatically get the picture text to them. So she'll be around capturing that. I think that's dope as well, because I don't want to enter my number every single time that you take a picture of me. But enter it that first time. The rest of the times you get all of them. We also will have a mobile podcast and testimonial booth. So person to be attending that, getting participants to come over there and talk to us about their experience thus far at the conference. What are they like? Because we want to use that in the recap videos, and we want to use that as promotional material for them as well, so they can promote the next conference and be like, hey, you see how these people enjoyed this? Y'all better make sure y'all get to our next one, And then the mobile podcast station, that would be for the speakers, the presenters, the people that were presenting at the conference. They can pull a couple of people together and, do a quick podcast session, if you will, maybe like an 8-minute episode or session where they are just continuing to discuss the efforts of urban education. And that will be dope. It'll be twofold, because it'll give content to the client that actually hosted the conference, but we'll also give that content to the presenter, or the presenter who's hosting that episode. We can give it to them as well, but we also use it for Charlotte Podcast, because we'll be putting our marketing on there, so win-win for everybody. We have a lot of things going on. We'll have to be in a lot of places at one time, but that's why we need a team of 8, and everybody is going to knock it out and kill it. And then I am launching a holiday special for people to get their family portraits. That normally goes crazy because people have already asked me about it. It's a mini session. You come in, or we do it on location. One day, I use that day for strictly shooting on location, and you book that day and you just come out. You get you a good 20-minute session, and you get the photos for you to use for your holiday greeting cards. And then a different day, I host in the studio for those that want to do in the studio. Again, 20-minute session with you and your family, and you use those photos for your holiday greeting card. So that's going to keep us busy through the rest of the year. And I have been warned by my team that if I don't force myself to take a vacation in December, they're going to have a problem with me. They say they're going to go on strike. Like, what? So we do plan on taking the last 2 weeks of December off. Everyone is off. Everyone go enjoy their families, and then is hitting the ground running back in November. In January, the new year. That's why I said November. I was thinking in new year. So yeah, hope that was good. Covered mostly everything, because again, we busy. I love saying that. We are busy, but I think I covered the majority of things. And I'm glad you tuned in. And your boy is about to end this year adhering to what I said on January 1st. I'm giving y'all a video every single week, baby. And I'm glad y'all are enjoying it. So until the next one, peace.